Welcome back for yet another tutorial and another lab. References to the IT course that we're doing with Josh Matacore. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. As always, go ahead and turn this on for those watching. I'll make it a little easier to follow the mouse. I already have my Microsoft Azure here pulled up for us. Go ahead and make this big. So in the last video, we created a virtual machine. It has 4 CPUs, obviously network, resource group, all those beautiful things, virtual network. So we were installing osTicket in that lab. Now, what we've gone ahead and done is pretty much put the virtual machine almost asleep per se, but we stopped it just to kind of help save a little bit with the funds, try to stretch out the pennies for that $200 credit, and especially for those of you who actually are using your own money already, it's gonna not charge you as much if it's running, and then of course it's still gonna charge you for using some of their storage, but this is something that a friend of mine taught me. You go directly there to the virtual machine. Of course, if I want to do it again, if you guys following virtual machines, click on there, and then you see where it says start. All right, and then you see the status right there. It says stopped or deallocated. So we're gonna go ahead and start that right up. All right, let's start a virtual machine. And so far, I've only looks like used $2 and some change of the $200 credit that we got from Microsoft, which is beautiful. So we'll give it a few moments there. Hit refresh, see if it's running officially. All right, and it is. All right, so in that case, we'll go ahead and make sure to do. Pull up our remote, Microsoft Remote Desktop. There we go. That's the virtual machine we created last time. We decided to nickname it osTicket. So let's go ahead and open it up. All right. So it looks like I went ahead and said that the session was disconnected. Yes, let's reconnect. There we go. All right, so we're able to go ahead and get that situated. Now, keep in mind, go ahead and open up Microsoft Edge, which is a window browser, of course. There we go. And then it gives us the option to restore a few of the windows, and why not? Okay, that's just a little bit simpler. There side by side. Alright, we'll get this all situated here in a second. There we are. Alright, so part 2, as you can see here, was getting osTicket set up. We're able to get it successfully installed. Apologize about that. We can go ahead and X out this tab there. There we go. Alright, it was a very tedious process, but we were able to get it there successfully with minor bumps in the road. Next, what we're going to be doing is actually working a little bit in osTicket. We're going to make sure we configure some roles, some departments and teams. So you can see here, here's pretty much what they refer to as the simple list. And of course, we're going to go ahead and make sure, try to get that situated and done for us. Let's go ahead and move that there. Oh, well, let's see if it works right this way. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, that's always nice. Try to just maximize a little bit of this space. There we go. All right, so for those who have followed along and have done all the other steps, you want to make sure you log in with the admin password and username that you've either written down or you put in maybe a file somewhere. Obviously, and I want to put it in a file in real world setting, so that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, and so I'm going to go ahead, just update it there. Let's see if I remember this password. Alright, looks like so I got a few brain cells left, and I remember the password, so that's good to go. Alright, so some things to keep in mind. See if I can try to zoom out here a little bit. There we go. Alright, so you see that we have the admin panel here, which is predominantly what we're going to be working out of. So go ahead and just switch over to the admin panel. Alright, there we go. And now you see it says agent panel. So obviously admin for administration. So as far as setting up roles and departments and setting and assigning permissions and things like that and certain access, this is what we're typically will be working out of. And then when your actual help desk agent yourself and actually working tickets, then of course you would click or typically log in, and you might only have access to the actual agent section. As you see, tickets, tasks, users, aka customers, all those beautiful things. Okay, so let's go ahead and click over. Alright, so what we're going to be doing first is configuring roles, and the roles, of course, are just a little bit different per the person that we may be assigning to maybe certain teams. This one has a little funny name, Supreme Admin. Typically, you can put, I guess, technically any type of role or give any type of name to a specific role. I guess it'll be more so the permissions and the access we end up giving it. Now, for this, it's very simply laid out there for us: admin panel to agents and roles. So we know we're in the admin panel, so then we're going to click on the agents tab. Alright, it's loading. Alright, and you see we have a roles there with the little icon. Click on that. Okay, now we're going to just click on add new role. Alright, and we go ahead and just type in Supreme Admin. You can put in there technically whatever you want. You can put all for one there for My Hero Academia fans. Put whatever you want there. But since obviously we're practicing for real life potential situation scenarios, we will try to keep it somewhat reasonable. But then you just click add role. Alright, so it says unable to add role. Oh, well, I think I know why, because also you make sure you select permissions. You didn't have any permissions, so that's a good little situation there. So you want to make sure you click Supreme, or excuse me, after you type in Supreme Admin or whatever task, or not task, excuse me, whatever title you want to give it, you got to make sure we select permissions. So if you want to go and literally select each one, you could. That's what we're going to do for this one. Truly giving it the title of Supreme Admin. So we can go in each tab as well. I will click over to the task tab, make sure I give them access to do everything. Alright, there we go. Now click add role. There we go, successfully added role. Okay, now for the next one, we're going to be configuring departments. Simple enough. Make sure you're in the admin panel. We know we're already still there. We haven't clicked over to agent panel. So then we're just going to make sure we click over to agents, which we know we're already in as well. That little tab we have there. Please don't confuse this agents tab with the agents icon, because what we're going to be clicking over to is the departments icon. All right, it's loading. All right, so we have the departments icon page loaded. So we're going to click add new departments, and we're going to be adding in a system administrator. All right, well, we can see everything there. Okay, system administrator. Actually, let's see here. Apologize there for first. What we want to make sure we do now, we have the add new department page pulled up. What we're going to be doing is you can put whatever name there for the person that's going to be working this. So if you want that to be your own name, if you want to make up a name, it's really up to you. But either way, let's see. Hopefully I spelled that right. If anything, copy and paste is always your friend. There we go. Alright, so we're going to leave the rest of those default for just the scenario. Keep in mind you can always change those up if you like. Alright, we're going to go ahead and click create department. It's loading. Alright, so we have that ready to go. And next we're going to go to configure teams. Keep in mind if you need a little breakdown, and I'll make sure to include these links below. There's some very helpful resources with these links hit directly from osTicket, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a breakdown for each one. I'll let you know what it is, the benefits. So teams allow you to pull agents from different departments and organize them to handle a specific issue or user via help topic or ticket filter. And even if you wanted to go back and read some of these other ones, they definitely will help break those down. For instance, roles. The roles, there's permissions granted to agents per department that they have access to. Each role has a set of permissions that can be checked, unchecked for agents given that role in association with the department they have access to. So great little nuggets of information. Let's go ahead and click on for departments. Alright, and it says since tickets are routed through departments in the help desk, there are many settings that can be set for each department. You have parent, you have status, active, archive, disabled, on, and on. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Alright, we'll make sure move forward from the departments, but like I said, we'll make sure to click those resources to keep them in the description below, so that way you guys have those. So next we're going to configure some teams. Alright, so for teams, like right here, just want to follow that along. It's going to be admin panel, and actually what I'll probably do, now I'm thinking about it, can just go ahead and possibly copy and paste access to the whole simple list. One way or another, you guys will have the access there. Alright, so back to it. Admin panel, we're still in. Agents tab, we're still in. And then teams, so we're going to go right here to the teams icon. Alright, so we're going to click that. Alright, so for the teams, we're going to make sure go to add new team right here. Pretty simple for the most part, and we can just, I guess, call it let's see, we can go ahead and try to think of a full name for the team. I guess we'll just follow along. Let's keep it simple. We'll just do the level 1. Roman numeral, support. Alright, team lead. Don't necessarily have to put list of team lead for now. You can always, of course, add notes, members. I'll go ahead and add myself there for now. Great team. Okay. Okay, so team 1, level 1 already exists, so in that case, let's go ahead and create team 2. You have to love the simple response of letting you know that there's already another thing that's already created there. So go ahead and try that again. There we go. Alright, so it's just that simple. We have level 2 support. I'm added to that list. We already know that the level 1 support's already there, so no need to do that again. If you wanted to do a third team, of course, you could do that. For this lab, we'll just go ahead and keep it pushing, move on forward. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna allow anyone to create tickets. So pretty much giving anonymous users to be able to create those and submit tickets. So what we're going to do, we're going to of course stay in the admin panel. We're going to go over to the settings tab. Okay, and then from the settings tab, we're going to go over to should be the users settings. Let's see. All right. There it is. All right, so we went to settings tab here, and we went to user settings. All right, and then we're gonna go down to the settings tab below, which is already pre-filled in here for us. And what we're gonna make sure to do is make sure that this box is unchecked. As you can see there, registration required. So if we check it, it's gonna make sure that it requires anyone who wants to submit a ticket, any type of user or customer, to register and create themselves a username, things like that. But if we leave it unchecked, which is the way it already is, we do not require that. So we're going to make sure that that is unchecked. Simple enough. Alright, so as you can click save changes if you like, but we didn't necessarily make a change, just checked it and unchecked it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next. Alright, and so we're going to make sure we configure agents. Alright, so we'll make sure we go to the agents tab, and then we're going to go to add new. Alright, so we're going to agents to add new agent. We have two creative names, Jane and John. Of course, we'll go ahead and still get them listed in here for us. Why not? Alright, so let's go ahead with Jane Doe. We can do jane.doe at osTicket.com. We'll put in the phone number, and as far as a user, let's see, let's put jane.doe. Alright, so we made sure we have the name there for her. We got an email, and obviously for the lab, not necessarily a functioning email, but we also have her user, so in the future if we wanted to keep this virtual machine running and log in as Jane on the agent side, we can potentially do that. Alright, so now that we have that part set up, we can also of course go down go over, I should say, to the access tab. This is where we can select the different types of departments we want to put her in. Let's go ahead, we can make her a system administrator. We created that one, and we can give her the supreme admin that we gave her. Of course, if you want to do extended access, we can, but I think at that point unnecessary since she's going to have supreme admin. So let's go ahead and create. Well, first check over here, permissions. Alright, so if you want to change any of these things, we could. team. Alright, let's put her in level 2. Alright, let's hit create. Alright, there we go. So we have that set up for us. Alright. All agents. Alright, there she is. So myself and Jane Doe so far are the only agents in the osTicket system that we created. Let's go ahead and add another one. Alright, let's put in John. Oh, apologies. John Doe. Alright. Email could be john.doe@osTicket.com. I'll leave the phone number and mobile number same. User, do the same. John.doe. Of course, for you guys are having a little fun at home, you can put whatever you like there. We can, of course, put some statuses there, but just for the sake of this lab, go ahead and go back here. For this one, go ahead and listen to support. Let's see. I guess make them view only. Extended access. I guess we'll list maintenance. Alright, has permissions. And team, we'll put them in level 1. Create. Alright, let's go back to agents to view. Alright, there we go. We have Jane and John and myself. So all listed there. Last login, never. They've never logged into work. So we made sure we got that situated. Alright, so now that we have configured the agents, next what we're going to do is configure some users. So this time we'll make sure we pay careful attention because we got to click over to the agent panel. And keep in mind the users are the customers, agents obviously being the workers. Let's go over to the agent panel. Since we're done with the workers, we're going to create some customers. Alright, so you see that changed over to admin panel. Notice that. So we recognize that we are currently in the agent panel officially. Alright, so now that we're in the agent panel, we're going to go over to users. Click the users tab. Alright, we're officially in. We're going to click add user. Alright, once again we got some creative names there. So we're going to make sure we get them added on. And so of course it's giving us the option to look up a user, but no worries. We're going to make sure that we create them. So we're going to, let's start with Karen. Karen, let's just go with Karen Smith. Alright, and for email, for Karen Smith, we'll go K Smith, or even better, even more simpler, Karen@gmail.com. Okay, then we can, of course, if you want to add any notes or phone numbers, you can. We're just going to go ahead and get her added. Alright, we're able to get her officially added there. Okay, so it says Karen Smith, Karen@gmail. Beautiful. You can even create a new ticket, all that. Of course, that's not necessarily what we're going to do at this point. We want to make sure we go back to the users tab, which we were in. We're going to go back. There we go, to add user. All right, for this one, we're gonna do Ken. We can do Ken Green. All right, and for email, keep that one simple. So ken@gmail.com. Click add user. All right, and as you guys can see, I have the first user there listed. If you want to click that user, you can see them all listed there. Okay, so now we're gonna configure SLAs. Now, for the SLAs, of course, we're gonna have to go back over to admin panel. So let's click that and even break this down a little bit. SLA standing for service level agreement. There's of course SLA plans or service level agreements. They are unlimited in osTicket. The purpose of the SLA plan is to provide a length of time in which the help desk administrator expects tickets to be closed. All right, so pretty much by setting up the SLA is almost the expected time, or the expected time, excuse me, that they're expecting us to complete a work item. So whether that's an hour, that's 24 hours, 2 days, starting from business hours, or just 24/7, weekends included, you can get all that set up. So let's go ahead and exit that out. All right, so we see right there, we're going to admin panel, which we're already in. We're going to click the manage tab. All right, and then for manage, it should be in the SLA. All right, let's SLA icon. All right, so now that we're in the SLA icon, we can click add new SLA plan. All right, and so we see the 3 SLA plans that they want us to add in for this lab. And so we have SEV-A, I'm assuming the SEV, shorthand for severity, maybe severity A, severity B, severity C. Kind of like more so priority, but let's go ahead. Type in, keep that, click uniform. All right, SEV-A. Looks like you want to give us 1 hour. And the schedule 24/7, not 24/5, which will be Monday through Friday, but 24/7. So that's 7 days a week. All right, you can put in some notes there. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and make sure we add. All right, so we have severity A. Let's go back in. Make sure we add SEV-B. All right, for this grace period, kindly giving us 4 hours. Also, 24/7. Have important things to get done, so that's still high severity. So we're going to make sure we add that. All right, and last but not least, severity C. All right, now this one kind of giving us 8 hours, and as far as schedule, it's going to be during regular business hours, Monday through Fridays, 8 to 5, including U.S. holidays. So it's nice of them. So don't have to worry on Christmas if a ticket falls in and you're with your family abroad, or even family in your hometown. Either way, just have to worry about it. Come back regular business hours. So we were able to get that situated and set up there for us. All right, now we're here to the last section. We're going to configure some help topics. Now, as far as help topics, pretty much it's going to be those categories for customers, aka users, to select and kind of help streamline the experience a little bit as far as to why they're submitting a ticket or what they need help with. And obviously you see some of the ones that we're going to be inserting, if there's business critical outage, or if there's a personal computer issue, or equipment request, password reset. things of that nature. All right, so we're already back in the admin panel. So it's already in the manage tab. Let's go over to help topics over here, the icon. Just click that. There we go, loaded. So we're gonna make sure we hit add new help topic. All right, and simply just copy and paste these over. We don't have to worry about typos. All right. You can even add additional functions there. We're not necessarily going to do that now. You can include notes, but let's see, even new ticket options, forms. We'll go ahead and just add that in, that new help topic. All right, there we are. All right, so we're going to go back, add new. All right, so we're going to copy personal computer issues, add topic. We want the default the same for this scenario, of course. In the real life setting, if you do want to make some changes to that, you can, but it helps serve our purpose for the lab right now. See, they're being added. Add a topic. Equipment request. And last but not least, Old Faithful. Password reset. Alright, add new topic. So the password reset. Going a little slow. There it goes. Alright, add topic. So you get the green pop up. There we go. Alright, so go back and should be able to see them all listed there. So these are all the different topics that we have in that scenario. And of course, that's pretty much it for this lab. Thank you guys for staying with me through that and watching. This is a window right here, actually working out of a Mac. I'm still not typically, a lot of times I would delete everything and make sure to clean everything up, delete my resources so it doesn't eat up all the funds that I have and doesn't overcharge me. But got a few more labs to go that we're going to keep using for osTicket, so I'm going to leave that there. But don't forget, a little trick that we learned, we can always stop the virtual machine overnight if necessary. But just want to thank you guys for sticking with me, rocking with me. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you guys have any constructive criticism, always willing to improve and learn more. But thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.